My friends, how are you? It is absolutely fantastic to see you for yet another video. I hope you're all doing well out there because more than yesterday, even today, I am extremely amused at the meltdowns that are going on in MAGA country out here as they freak the fuck out about the ramifications of the Donald Trump policies and how it is going to bring harm to them. And we've got to talk about that today because I've spent the day doing a couple things. One, trying to get the fuck out of Dallas. Oh God, it just takes forever, my friends. That city goes on forever and there's people everywhere. But besides that, I spent my day going down this rabbit hole of different people here on YouTube posting up TikToks and things like that, showing the farmers and the ranchers and the rural Americans all absolutely losing their minds about Donald Trump's most recent attack on the cattle ranchers here in the United States, but also the upcoming collapse that I feel like is going to happen with the, oh God, I look like shit. Sorry, guys. The farmers in America are going to, I don't know, I think they're going to be absolutely destroyed, excuse me, in this upcoming harvest season that we got going on. They are starting to realize that voting for Donald Trump and voting for Republicans was a really fucking horrible idea. And they are losing their shit all over the internet. And I know we've been on this topic. This is like the third video this week on the rural America situation that's going on. But hey, that's what's hot right now, baby. And that's what we got to deal with. So like I said, I've been watching a lot of these TikToks that people have been posting here on YouTube about what's going on because I personally don't have a TikTok. I had one. I never deactivated the account, but I kept getting in trouble on TikTok. They kept muting my videos, like actually muting the sound and not allowing people to hear what I was saying because I was doing crazy things like referring to high-powered people in the United States, mostly on the Republican side, as pedophiles. And TikTok said I wasn't allowed to do that, so I stopped posting my videos over there well over a year ago, I think. I don't really know. And the other reason is because sometimes, try as I might to be a better person, when it all boils down to it, I am just a dumb man at sometimes. And I found myself a lot on TikTok just falling for the thirst traps over and over. You know, you're scrolling through, minding your business, and all of a sudden you end up on this algorithm of fine-looking women dancing around in front of the camera, and I would spend my day in that fucking algorithm just scrolling through that, and I wasn't getting anything done, and I had to sort of break that habit, so I haven't been around TikTok for quite a while for a couple of reasons. But yes, we're going to talk about these meltdowns today that are going on. Before I get too far into it, though, I want to say something. Today is a very sad day, my friends, and we have to at least talk about it here in this video. I want to say rest in peace to Dolly Parton. That is absolutely horrifying, my friends. That is a big blow to the decency of the American people right now. See, Dolly Parton, like her music or not, which I don't know who the fuck you are if you don't, that would be weird, but I guess different people have different taste. She was everything that a lot of the country bumpkins out there claim to be. She was very big on giving back to the community, giving back to people. She had this whole literacy program. She genuinely gave a fuck about people in this country and around the world, and her wealth never went to her head. She just continued to just be a good person through everything you know, going on in this country. And she even gave one back to the truckers. She's got one hell of a truck stop. I believe that one's over in south of Nashville, I believe, in Tennessee. If it's the same truck stop I'm thinking of, I've been there. And then she took over ownership of it and gave one back to the truckers also. And it truly is a sad thing. Like I said, she was what these country folks claim to be, right? When you got a bunch of hillbillies running around talking about what generous people they are, and then you know how good they are, and they'll give you the shirt off my back if you need it, to anyone in need, right? But then the minute they get a chance to vote against a brown person or a woman in this country, they go and do that. And Dolly was always sort of a bright shining light in all the ugliness that comes out of rural America. And to a point, I felt like she kept rural rural America in line, because nobody wanted to disappoint Dolly Parton, right? You didn't want to like show her what a disgusting, hateful, angry person you were. And with the passing of Dolly Parton, kind of, I don't know if I'm being too extreme on this, but kind of breaks that dam wide open. And now we got to deal with country music being hateful, warmongering bullshit that it has been for a very long time. But I know that's not the greatest eulogy ever. I'm not real good at things like that, but the world will definitely miss her. That's a big one right there, my friends. So hopefully I didn't make anybody too sad with that. It's just one of those things with my redneck background, my heritage, so to speak. That's a big blow to the entire thing. So I hope you don't mind me taking up a few minutes of your time to talk about that. So let's try to get back to the point with these rural America just absolutely losing their fucking minds right now. Excuse me. Real quick, I want to say thank you to everyone, though, that does support the channel in any way you can. I think it's important to take time out of every video to say thank you to you. I get told a lot that I'm not allowed to, that it's a dick move for me to thank the people that help me to grow on this platform, and I don't understand that. But thank you to everyone that watches the video, subscribes to the channel, likes the videos, leaves a comment on the videos, and shares them out to your social media. Every bit of that helps in the YouTube algorithm with helping these videos get out to more and more people, and I appreciate you guys that help with that. Thank you to everyone that does the channel membership, super chat, super thanks. I appreciate the support. Trust me, I appreciate it very much. And also, the best way to support the channel, if you'd like, is through the Buy Me a Coffee link, excuse me, that you can find in the pinned comment and description of every video. I truly do appreciate all the support that you guys give me with this channel in any way that you can. I hear from a lot of people that say, Josh, look, it's hard out here. I don't even have $2 to give you. And look, I understand. Trust me, I get it. And you being here is enough. I just want to tell you that you being here is enough. And I appreciate you so much for everything that you guys have done. So back to the fucking point with these assholes losing their fucking minds. We've got a situation going on with rural America right now in the sense that they have just come to terms with the fact that Donald Trump's policies are fucking them over, and they are sorry, my GPS distracted me. Every time I park here to record a video for you guys, I'll be sitting here and I'll get about 10 minutes into my fucking video and my GPS will tell me continue on the current road, and it happens only when I park at this specific spot to talk to you guys, and it just distracted the shit out of me. Anyways, they are up in arms right now because they are realizing that they are getting harmed by Donald Trump's policies, and they are running to social media platforms, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, all of these things, to whine and cry and bitch and explain how the sky is fucking falling and everybody needs to understand what it is that they're going through. And my God, my friends, it's not like we didn't try to tell them, right? We didn't try to warn you that Donald Trump was going to be harmful to you. And the thing that's more sad about that is we didn't even have to warn you. If you were a part of rural America in Donald Trump's first term, when you watched him bankrupt farmers in huge fucking numbers, and I was a trucker then, and I watched Donald Trump's, mainly when it came to trucking, it was his mismanagement of COVID and the collapse of the economy that came after that got our asses, right? And I never voted for Donald Trump the first time. I've always thought he was a despicable fuck. But what shocked me was watching so many truckers line up to fucking talk about how we needed Donald Trump back in and we had to vote for Donald Trump because he's good for the economy. And he fucked us the first time. What are they talking about? I don't get it. So it's not even that we had to warn them. All they had to do was think back, you know, to when Donald Trump screwed them the first time, and they never would have voted this way again. But here we are, right? Their whole point was we're going to own the libs, and it looks like now they are owning themselves in the process. And what they would really like is our sympathy, my friends. That's what they'd really like. So we got to talk about that, of course. Real quick, I want to tell you, you guys would never believe this. Sometimes I get angry comments on my videos. Can you believe that? I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But a lot of times I get angry comments from people on our side also that unfortunately feel like they have the God-given right to dictate what comes out of YouTubers' mouths. And I got myself in trouble, in some hot water, so to speak, with a commenter, and I just want to, sometimes I like to take a minute to stand my fucking ground and tell you that I meant what I said, just in case anybody's fucking confused and thinks they can run to me and say, you're not allowed to say that, you're not allowed to speak with that, for I have spoken, and you must bow down to me. Fuck, you're on the wrong goddamn channel, but we can talk about it anyways. Yesterday, I was making fun of Greg Abbott, like I've been known to do on many, many occasions, because Greg Abbott is an absolutely fucking horrifying person that has done nothing but make life harder for Texans, and also is hell-bent on making life harder for the American people by gerrymandering the state of Texas so that Republicans can continue to win, is what they're hoping for in this state. Greg Abbott is trying to fuck this entire country, and I, for one, am not going to stand for it, my friends. I'm not going to let that shit fly. So, every once in a while, I make fun of crippled-ass Greg Abbott, because fuck him, right? And I had somebody tell me that I was a disgusting fuck, and I'm not allowed to talk like that, and I need to be better, and all those things, and they must have thought that they could tell me how to speak on my own goddamn videos. Isn't that weird? Isn't that shocking? And the only reason I'm bringing up this part of this video is because, in case anyone's confused, like sometimes I fuck up what I'm saying, and I have to come back in a later video and say, this is what I meant, and you know, it's just a nature of an unscripted video, but that's not what happened yesterday. In case anyone's confused, fuck Greg Abbott and the wheelchair he rode in on. I don't give a fuck about Greg Abbott and his fucking feelings. We have already tried. When they go low, we go high. We tried to take the high road. We tried to be more diplomatic. We tried to be the fucking adults in the room. Now they want us in the fucking mud with them, and goddamn it, they got it. And so if they can't take a few jokes about being in a wheelchair, fuck them. We don't care anymore. I can't speak for everyone, but I don't care anymore. So just that sort of note to everybody that feels like it's their God-given right to dictate my speech. You can hang out with fucking Greg Abbott and fuck you too, all right? That's the way I see it. And go find a video you like, for God's sakes, instead of telling me what I'm allowed to say. Back to the fucking point. These TikToks are unhinged, my friends. Absolutely insane. As like I said, we're watching a lot of the cattle ranchers flip the fuck out about what is going on with this beef situation. And I'll be honest with you, the beef situation's a little over my head, even though I've talked about it a little bit. And the reason that it's over my head is because I don't know what the fuck it is. I mean, I know what beef is, but I don't know what this beef in particular is, because I'm seeing a lot of different opinions and reports and things like that, and we just really don't know. For one, apparently the regime has taken to murdering wild horses. That's new. What the hell is going on there? And the wild horses could potentially, I'm not saying they are or they are not, this is just one of the stories I've heard, could potentially be being shipped off to other countries to be processed into ground beef and sent back to the American people as this new product. That's one theory that I've heard, my friends. And another couple of theories I've heard is that this is either Brazilian beef or Argentina beef. There's two different stories to this that's already been rejected by other countries because it's no good. And Donald Trump says, well, bring it over here, Brazil or Argentina, one or the other. And as long as you give me a kickback on it, we can fucking kill a few Americans. It ain't no thing to me. I've already been killing a few Americans, so it doesn't fucking matter, right? And the whole thing is obviously very disturbing, my friends, and I'm not really sure how to approach it, but I'm starting to think that I might take a vacation from beef for a little while here, until, you know, we almost need to watch what we're doing until we have a competent president back in the White House that's willing to put all these government institutions back in order, the ones having to do with food safety in this particular instance. But I think I'm just going to call it for now. I really do love beef, you know, I love a good steak, and I was gonna smoke a brisket when I made it home, but I think I might just pass on that, because I mean, I understand they're saying it's the ground beef, but I don't trust these motherfuckers, is what I'm trying to tell you. And I think I have good reason to not trust these motherfuckers. You know, the lettuce was giving you explosive diarrhea that could kill you. There was something going on with the jalapenos. I don't remember exactly what was going on with that, but then there was a report that the blueberries could actually fucking kill you, and all the food safety shit has just gone out the fucking window in this country. And as a matter matter of fact, I think it's my own private form of protest, I guess. I don't know if it's even a protest, but I think I'm just going to sit it out on the beef for a while. And, you know, it'd be kind of funny because I'm seeing this actually become a movement on some of the TikToks that I did see posted over here, is people are saying, don't eat the fucking beef, just stay away from it. You know, it'd be hilarious is if we all just kind of boycotted beef and we just crashed those beef companies right about now, because they're all going under anyways. And now they're doing like backdoor deals with Donald Trump to get God knows what as ground beef, cutting out the American rancher and doing this little, like I said, backdoor deal. None of this sounds good. None of it sounds like a good fucking idea at all. But anyways, that's just sort of my own personal thing. So, like I said, I've been watching these absolute fucking meltdown videos on TikTok from the cattle ranchers coming out all over the country, and they are absolutely furious with Donald Trump right now. And what they'd like nothing more than for us to take their side and be furious with them at Donald Trump. Well, motherfuckers, you're late to the party. We already have been very upset with Donald Trump, and the reason these people are doing it are for very selfish reasons that we see over and over and over again from the MAGA movement, because it's affecting them negatively. Now they realize how bad Donald Trump is because of how negatively they're being affected. And god damn it, my friends, this is really starting to piss me off, is sort of the point of this video, is that it's fucking infuriating. Look at all the damage that the MAGA movement has allowed to go on in the United States and all the things that they fucking cheered for, right? We're talking about people shipped off to concentration camps with no due process, the ICE Gestapo raiding businesses and arresting people on the spot, the ICE Gestapo murdering people in the streets of America, where these MAGA dorks came out in fucking numbers to defend the actions of a fascist government, an organization inside the fascist government, gunning down American citizens, and they cheered in our faces and told us what a great fucking thing it is, how amazing it was. When Renee Good was murdered in the streets, and we saw the video of her turning away from that officer, they argued, not officer, it's just the word that came out of my mouth, these inbred fucking hick fucking ICE dorks, whatever you want to call them, they don't deserve the title officer, is what I'm trying to tell you. We saw the way her wheel was turned. You don't even have to drive a car to know how that works. If you've even played a video game or played with a toy car, you understood the angle of her wheels, the direction they were going, and she was not a threat to that ICE dork, whatever he is, right? And they gunned her down, right? But when and that's bad, but what really got me with these motherfuckers excuse me sorry about that, was and that Renee Good thing is very, very bad. The Alex Preddy murder was when MAGA just turned on its fucking head, and we witnessed in real time what gullible fucking cowards these people are. Because when Alex Preddy was gunned down by ICE in the streets, they had disarmed him first because he was carrying a gun. He was legal to carry that gun. They disarmed him, and then they fucking murdered him. And then, what did MAGA say to us? What did MAGA say? They said, well, maybe he shouldn't have been carrying a gun. These same fucking people that have been advocating for the murder of our children in schools for all these fucking years had said that that gun has more rights than children in this country should ever have, and we will protect that gun to the very fucking end, watched our government murder one of our citizens and said he shouldn't have been carrying a fucking gun. That's what they told us over and over. And my friends, here's what's bothering me with these fucking assholes right now, because here's what they're telling us, all right? All these people that are crying on the internet about how Donald Trump's policy is hurting their ranch and their family farm and all of these fucking things, all they're telling us is that they're going to face financial hardship. Are you shitting me? Your grievance is that right now in this America, you can't pay the fucking bills? None of us can pay the fucking bills. You guys have been living too high on the hog for too goddamn long if you're just now getting to the point where you can't pay the bills. We've already been there. And that's your grievance, is that now you can't afford the bills. How are you ever going to pay the mortgage on your fucking 3-story goddamn mansion in the middle of a field with thousands of acres around you? And why won't the American people feel sorry for me? We we have already passed the point of worrying about our bills. Now we're worried about our lives. We're worried about if we're, guys like me, I get told every day by fucking MAGA about how I should be prosecuted. I should be in prison. I should have my livelihood taken away from me. And even that I should have my life taken away from me because I stand up against Donald Trump. I mean, we've got people that have it worse off than me, though. Sorry, I got a little excited there. The people that have been murdered by ICE, the people that have been detained by ICE and thrown into concentration camps, I mean, my God, the list goes on and on of the injustices brought against people in this country at the hands of Donald Trump and his fascist regime, and you're crying to us because you can't pay the bills? That's what you're talking about? We've already got so much going on, but now they're all sad that the biggest hurdle they face in their life is they may have trouble paying the bills. Is that not troubling to anyone else? Is that not bothering anyone else with every other thing they've done? When Donald Trump suggested that the politicians that made a video saying that the military doesn't have to follow illegal orders should be executed. On that note, when Donald Trump got our sailors and soldiers killed with his illegal war over in Iran, I mean, that's a thing that's going on. And they're talking to us about paying the fucking bills. Holy shit. And what's crazy about this, my friends, because I was watching a lot of these TikTok videos where these MAGA dorks that went out and voted for Donald Trump because they wanted to fuck the rest of us over are just having a complete meltdown about their financial situation right now. One of the questions they keep getting asked by the people that watch their videos is, who did you vote for? That's what they keep getting asked. You know why? Because if you voted for Donald Trump, goddammit, you deserve the same treatment the rest of us are getting. You're not better than us. You think you're better than us, and you don't have to go through the shit that we're going through because you voted for Donald Trump. That's not how a fucking democracy works. You don't vote for a monster that says he's going to harm people, and then these fuckers, oh God, they piss me off, my friends. They stand around at that very first Thanksgiving after Donald Trump won this second election with the help of Elon Musk, and they stood around their family Thanksgiving, and they were making TikToks of them doing the jerk-off YMCA dance, and they were so proud that Donald Trump had won, and fuck the libs, we're gonna own the libs, and fuck those Mexicans over there. God, I hope I didn't get this demonetized for that. I wasn't saying that as my opinion, YouTube. That's what they were saying. And fuck the transgender community, and fuck the gay community. I hope harm comes to every one of them, and I'm so excited to stand here on Thanksgiving and be excited that Donald Trump won. And now, like I've already said, they want us to be sad because they can't pay their bills. And look, I'm not sad for that. What I am truly terrified of, what is happening, isn't these assholes can't pay their bills. What's scary about this entire fucking thing is our food supply is collapsing right in front of us, all because a bunch of selfish assholes wanted to vote for harm for other people, and now the food supply has to crash. Can you believe it? That doesn't feel like a fair fucking trade-off. I could give a fuck if they can afford their bills. That doesn't mean shit to me. You know how the rest of us, how bad we've been struggling under Donald Trump? Do you know, if I wanted to make it personal about me, that son of a bitch bankrupted me in his first fucking term, and I was doing fine. I was showing up every day. I was going to work. I was running my own business. I was working as hard as I possibly fucking could. For him to just destroy the economy and say COVID was a hoax and get 1 million Americans killed and get millions more fired from their fucking jobs, and like now I'm supposed to care about your financial problems? Are you kidding me, right? But back to the point about the, I'm sweating. It's hot in Texas, my friends. God, I'm dying over here. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make, when they were asked about who they voted for, a lot of them are avoiding answering the fucking question. And you know what they're doing instead? I saw this one lady that was pissed off because people kept asking her who she voted for and saying, oh, like that makes a fucking difference. Yeah, it does make a difference, you fucking dummy. Kamala Harris had a plan for the ranchers and the farmers in the United States that did not include selling you out to Argentina or Brazil, that did not include, did not include blanket tariffs fucking up the global supply chain, that didn't include the blanket tariffs that cut you off from your fucking markets. Are you shitting me that don't make a difference? But one lady, in all of her ignorance, when got so frustrated that people kept asking her who she voted for, she said it's that shit right there is the reason that she'll never vote for a liberal or a Democrat or anything like that, and she'll keep on voting Republican because she can't deal with the arrogance of people asking her who she voted for, which she to this day refuses to fucking answer. And that's the problem with these assholes. I have heard this from so many motherfuckers in my time about how weak-willed they are, about what weak-minded fucking people they are, as they say, well, maybe if the left would have been nicer to us, then we would have voted for a Democrat, and it's your fault that we act this way. No, the reason that the left wasn't nice to you is because we're sick of your shit. Knock it off. Stop trying to bully the fuck out of everyone. Stop trying to own your fellow country people, your countrymen, whatever the fuck you want to call them, and realize that we're all in this together, and you voting for policy that hurts other fucking people is not good. You weren't being treated poorly by the left because we're monsters. You were being treated poorly by the left because you're a fucking asshole. And what's so hard to understand about that? Anyways, they cannot take the heat about who did you vote for, because the response is when they say, well, I voted for Donald Trump, then why are you crying? Why are you crying about what's going on? If you were so hell-bent on voting for a divisive fucking monster in this country because they would do harm to people that you didn't like because you couldn't get off your fat fucking ass and stop watching Fox News for a little while and thinking for your fucking self, you decided to harm other people in this country, and now you want us to feel bad? I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. I don't know what you're asking us at this point. And that's part of the reason I'm here, my friends. I know this video is long-winded, but hell, I had a lot on my mind, I guess. That's part of the reason I'm here on this channel, because one, I'm not a weak-minded little fuck, but for the years leading up to me making this channel, I was literally being harassed on a daily basis by a whole group of Trump humpers that thought they could bully me into submission. And had I been a weaker person, I never would have made this channel and stood up for myself, and here the fuck we are. That's how we ended up here. I mean, I felt the need to stand up anyways, but it added a little bit of fuel to the fucking fire. So next time I hear about people saying the left is so divisive and the left is acting like complete assholes to us, we tried our best to have conversations with you. We tried to fucking tell you that what you were doing was fucking wrong, and all you did was call us slurs and attack us and threaten us and all these fucking things. And now that you can't afford your bills, while the rest of us are dealing with what's really going on out here, the constant threats daily, the government that has suggested on many occasions that the left be executed in this fucking country, the attempts to take our vote away from us because they don't think our opinion has any value and we don't deserve the right to fucking vote, while we're actually sitting on the edge of losing our freedoms, which you guys will get there. Don't worry, you'll get there when we're all out of the way. In the event that we're all out of the way, then they're coming for you, you fuckheads, and we tried to help you. But all the shit that we're going through, all the shit that we're living with, and I'm still a white guy in America, like I'm not even getting the worst part of it. I'm still white, and look, it's a racist country, right? But all the shit we're dealing with, we don't give a fuck anymore if you lose your farm. Are you kidding me? And there's no sympathy. I wish you would have gotten your shit together, because now every one of us is in it together, as you have proven that you were so intent on taking the country down that you've actually fucking pulled it off. And now you're mad because you don't get to live high on the hog in a country that you helped tear down. Get the fuck over yourselves. What the hell do you want from the rest of us? No one gives a fuck that you can't pay your bills anymore. What are we talking about? Anyways, I guess that's enough ranting for the day. I should get back to work. Love you guys. Bye now.